welcome to this episode of the Ecom Swipe File. I am obviously your host, Lucas Walker from Gorgias, and joining me today is a member of the Shopify Plus community on Facebook, a Gorgias customer, and a serial entrepreneur, much like myself, Jason Seeber. So Jason, welcome. Thank you for coming on the show. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit to our audience?
Thanks so much. Yeah, it's really great to be here with you. Thanks for inviting me and have a chat with you. It's great. I've been having a lot of really interesting and very in-depth conversations lately, just about the world, this post-COVID world that we live in, and in general. So a little bit about me. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've owned a bunch of companies, had a lot of really spectacular failures, and
Learning opportunities.
A lot of learning opportunities and a couple of really good successes along the way. I own a company called Wine Spies, which is it's an online wine retailer that operates mostly without me. Kudos to my beautiful team over there. So that's my general sort of very quick background.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. And what we're talking about today, your current venture that you actually launched through COVID, and I really want to hear the story, Halo Life. So a really cool technology for masks with a lot of microfibers or nanofibers that really stop a good portion of those particles, but they're also super comfortable and breathable for you. If you have one, if you want to show everyone how it fits.
I do. Here it is. This is the Halo mask. So this is actually a design that's going to be probably released by the time this episode airs, but it's not currently available on the website. It will be any second now. So this mask is a very technologically advanced mask. It's very comfortable. It creates a very tight seal all the way around. And like you, I have some facial hair, and this little chin wrap here ensures a really snug fit.
Cool.
As does the adjustability. It's fully adjustable. These loops are adjustable, and you can kind of, adjust them this way or that way to move the mask up or down until it's just right, and then it's really just like set it and forget it. Once those are locked into place, you never really have to adjust the mask again. The mask is reusable, and it has this little pocket here for replaceable filters.
Oh, cool.
Those filters, they need to be replaced only about every 200 hours. And
when 200 hours, what is that for, say, the average person? Not necessarily someone working 40 hours a week, but I guess that's a good baseline that if you're wearing it full time, then that's 5 weeks. So for the average person that's wearing it a few hours a week, that's every 3 months, 3 months.
Yeah, so, a 3-pack of filters will last you, good, almost a year in some cases, 90 days for a lot of people. It just depends on the amount of usage. My wife is in a critical business. She works at a winery here in Sonoma County, and she wears hers 8 to 10 hours a day every single day. She comes home and washes her hands, takes the filter out, sets it somewhere clean, washes the mask, She's been throwing hers in the washing machine, although we recommend hand wash. It's been a good experiment to see how they hold up in the washing machine, and they hold up really well. It's very durable. It's really well constructed. A lot of attention to detail. A lot of money spent on every mask. It's not the least expensive mask on the market, nor is it the most expensive. It's kind of in the middle.
Yep.
The SRP of the mask is about $35 US, and it doesn't fog. It's breathable. It's actually one of the most breathable masks, and the filter is really the secret sauce. It's our proprietary filter, which comes from New Zealand.
Yeah.
We have a partner there who makes these filters for us, and those filters, these nanofiber filters, exceed N95 standards, which is good news.
Oh, wow.
And unlike the typical paper N95 mask, which looks like you just walked out of the morgue, these are pretty fashionable. It's a pretty handsome mask, and we're coming out with some new designs. This is the newest one that's going to be coming soon, and we've got some really cool fabrics and other solid colors that are on their way.
Oh, really cool. And I think that brings up really the first point that we want to chat about is, so how did you start the business during COVID in terms of sourcing this new fabric from New Zealand, getting the designs? Obviously, you didn't just go to a factory in Alibaba and private label, say, hey, can I get 50,000 masks and add a little bit of gray around the outside? So how did you, in a very lean way, go from conceptualization to an actual sellable product. And you shared with me some revenue numbers before. It's the launch has been very successful. You want to share that with the crowd, and it's
Yeah,
really
it's been-
logistically. I have a headache just trying to articulate it.
No, it's been a real adventure from beginning to end. Including the genesis of the company. So 4 years ago, a friend of mine, the guy who actually painted that painting behind me, he started a mask company in Bali, in Indonesia. And his mission then was to protect people from the ravages of pollution, which is actually the number 2 killer in the world behind heart disease.
Yeah.
It kills more people than cancer. It kills 500 people an hour. So
Wow.
he was looking to create a really great sealing, high-tech mask with a superior filter, and went through a lot of R&D. And then sold the mask for 4 years and refined it and improved it along the way. And when COVID hit, well, first of all, I was in Bali with my wife on over New Year.
Yep.
So
Oh,
this,
beautiful.
This past January, beautiful place. It's her favorite place on the planet. I love it there. Itching to go back. Who knows when we'll be able to do that? But so we spent New Year's with my friend Zen. His name is Zen. Again, the guy who painted the painting there.
Yeah.
And we hung out with him, and then on January 9, we flew back, and our airplane was diverted. It was an unscheduled stop that was not on our ticket. It was diverted through a little place called Wuhan, China.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, indeed. So we got off the airplane, we went through security, we were fingerprinted and questioned, and had our passport stamped, just for our 6-hour visit with the airport and with immigration there.
Yeah.
But we were wearing our masks the whole time. And the day we got back, there was a nice fellow that we met on the airplane that we made friends with and hung out with in the airport a little bit. And he forwarded me a news story. Mystery virus hits Wuhan, China.
Oh, no.
And so we all know where that went, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so as soon as I realized it was a thing, that COVID was a thing, I got on the phone and I said, listen, man, we've got to get production going in Indonesia. We've got to get these masks out to the world. We have to protect people. And I was at a time where my other company was really running itself. I was looking at starting another company.
Yeah. You were getting the itch again.
Say that again?
You were getting the itch to start something new again.
Yeah. I was on my way to starting something new. I'd established a new company, but then COVID hit, and so like a lot of people's plans, those plans were put on hold. Not quite out the window. They're on hold for now, but we started producing in Indonesia. But then the Indonesian government hit the brakes on export. They said, we want to keep all PPE for ourselves.
Yeah.
So at that point, we scrambled. We set up a company in the U.S. I hired a team, an incredible team, 5 founders. All of us working without a salary, working around the clock, just racing to get production going. Here we are 90 days later, thereabouts, and we're selling an awful lot of masks and doing an awful lot of good. And we actually, we donate masks for every order that we take through our website. We donate a mask to a charitable cause.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's been our charter from the beginning. So, we're in this for the love of our fellow humans. We're in this to restart the economy. We're in this to protect people who need it, who need the most protection. And we're in it for people who really care about protecting themselves and about protecting others. Because, again, wearing a mask is not just about protecting yourself.
There's a great PSA around Toronto, and it's basically my masks, or your mask protects me, and my mask protects you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the feeling we're trying to perpetuate, and also, just honestly, a feeling for love for our fellow humans. And we've been signing our emails. I was running our customer service for a while. Very deliberately decided I would step in to do that, to sort of set our tone with customers.
Yeah. And I think that this is a great segue into the other really main topic that I really want to chat about is how you transferred from running customer support into that chief revenue officer role at the company, because it's so often
I'm at the tail.
I was just going to say that So often we've been preaching about how customer support really is like the hidden gem to just unlock tons of revenue potential by understanding your customers and so many one-to-one interactions. And you're the perfect
Exactly.
example, Jason, of how that really is true.
Yeah, again, it was really deliberate. My putting myself into that position so that I could really understand our customers, understand their pain points, understand their problems, understand what's happening for them in their lives, and I get very personal with people in the support channels. Um, I was going to say earlier, I started signing all of our emails with "We love you," and I was a little reticent to do that initially, but the
Yeah.
response has only been like so positive, and I mean it genuinely. I love people. We as a company, our this founding team really has a passion for making the planet a better place. And so, once COVID is behind us, we're not just a flash in the pan mass company, Johnny come lately, that's just trying to make a buck. We're really trying to make a difference. And once COVID is over, we're going to return our attentions to things like pollution and to ways that products and services can protect people in the world. So, sorry, back to your question about this transition that I'm making from customer service to chief revenue officer. Absolutely, by understanding who our customers are, that can help me to understand how to not only market to them, but also to build products for them. Products that solve products that make their lives easier, safer, and healthier.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And how have you been using Gorgias to be able to do that?
So I came to Gorgias after we had been using another platform. So
Yeah.
in my
Was
other
it a
company,
run with Zendesk?
uh, can I call them out and shame them? I
Yeah, of
have
course.
nothing good to say about them.
Absolutely. If I do it, it's horrible. But if you do it, it's the truth.
Right. Well, when does this episode air? Because we're still using the platform for some things while we're just trying to we're trying to get down to ticket zero in that
Yeah.
other platform.
Well,
I don't want them to turn it off.
let's say we'll air in a couple of weeks, but and we'll edit this out. But
Okay.
we're actually
By then we're 100% gorgeous. Which
okay.
is,
Perfect.
yeah. So yeah, we've been using Freshdesk, and
Okay.
we've been using Freshdesk at Wine Spies with great success. But the ticket volume at Wine Spies was much lower.
Yeah.
Ticket volume here has, we've been in the two to 400 tickets per day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean we're processing, a lot of orders every single day.
And how many people are
And
handling that ticket volume?
we're doing it between social media and just general email tickets or inquiries through the website. We're doing it with a team of 5.
Oh wow. So you
Yeah.
handle that much volume with 5 people total. That's awesome.
It's a lot of work, and I know that when we switch over to Gorgias 100%, right now we're using Gorgias for our social media channels, and it's been great. I'm so happy to have found you guys.
Yeah.
So happy, I can't tell you. And so my next order of business, literally today, is to personally step out of Freshdesk and into Gorgias, where I'm going to start warming it up for the email channels, for the other support channels. Start warming it up, starting to build macros and automations and canned responses and all of those things, so that then I can transition my team over. And then we're going to be we're going to outsource a couple more customer service seats. We found a really great company in the Philippines, and we're probably going to just move them straight onto Gorgias. So I'm
Awesome.
really at the beginning of my Gorgias journey,
Yeah.
but man, am I looking forward, and I really do have a very good understanding of what the platform is capable of.
And that
So,
makes me
I'm not trying
really
to
so
be a,
happy to hear, because like it's starting off by talking to customers. It's even though it's marketing what I'm doing right now, it feels so nice to be able to hear those kind of words of how not only we're making your business better, but helping to keep more people safe. Like
Yeah.
it's not just selling software at the end of the day. It is
Right.
that human touch at the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we're up to. We're trying to, connect with people and keep them safe.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's awesome. And I think that ties into sort of the last part, which is getting ready for BFCM. So Jason, obviously it's been very rapid growth for you over the last couple of months with everything being so up in the air. What do the next few months have in store for you as we close out 2020? And I mean, surely I think premium masks are going to be a hot Christmas item, or a hot gift item in this holiday season, which means that come BFCM, which is at the time that this episode airs, probably 120 days away, it's coming up fast. So how are you prepping for that demand, other than being able to be fully on Gorgias and a little bit of outsourcing on the customer support team?
Well, right now we're really focused on making sure that our supply chain is 100% bulletproof. So we're doing everything we can to ramp production. We're standing up new manufacturing facilities in 5 different countries.
Oh wow!
And yeah, because there's demand from all over the world. Right now we've been focused on the U.S. market, but we're getting inquiries from literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Egypt, a whole bunch of different African nations, and each one of these local markets presents its own challenges in terms of customer service, but also pricing and like that. So, yeah, with regard to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, just making sure that we have enough stock is really the biggest concern, and keeping up with the demand. The current demand is incredibly strong. Unfortunately, COVID is at this point very strong and only growing. There's an awful lot we have to do as a nation and as a world population, and America really needs to take a good look at its neighbors and some of its distant neighbors like New Zealand, who have done an incredible job. One of our founders lives in New Zealand, and it's life as normal there for him. It's really remarkable. Nobody has to wear a mask because there just haven't been any new cases of COVID. They've just wiped it out. Yeah. It's pretty remarkable. So that's, we're trying to...
If they do want to wear a mask, I saw another study that showed in the Southern Hemisphere, regular flu rates are down, colds are down because of all the social distancing measures. So,
well, that's why we were wearing our mask on the way back from Bali. It's just to protect ourselves from, it's rare that you can take a long airplane flight and not come back and feel like, and not catch a cold along the way.
Oh yeah.
And even though we were coming from Bali, it was still January, and that's cold and flu season. And,
it is.
So people going there and bringing it back, we just didn't want to take the risk, so we wore our masks. But we're anticipating strong and increasing sales for the foreseeable future. Unfortunately, it seems odd to say that for a company that's also making money from masks, but we're going to be there for the demand, and we'll do some promos, and we'll have Gorgias ready to answer those inquiries. And we really get a lot of inquiries. People are, we're not just getting the typical "where's my order" inquiry. I'm sure that's number one for any customer service practice.
It is. If you don't have a joke, you'd better have a fact.
A lot of questions.
Where is my order? I was just going to say, if you don't have a joke, you'd better have a fact. And where is my order accounts for 35% of all ticket inquiries.
Yeah, I mean, we're fielding all kinds of questions, and we're hearing from people who have all manner of different immunosuppressive issues themselves. They had it before COVID, and so people are they're doing a lot of research. They're being very careful about their mask choices, and so I'm happy to answer all of those questions. And the more we do, the more people we can protect. It's flattering. It's gratifying that people with I just ended my chemo trial. My immune system is down, and I just want to make sure that this mask is for me. It's really gratifying when they choose our Halo mask.
Yeah, no, that's really just phenomenal, and I think that's a good way to wrap it up. Thank you for helping keep everyone safe and hoping to stop the spread of the awful coronavirus. And Jason, where can people find you? Where can people find the Halo mask if they want to order some for themselves?
Yeah, it's halolife.io.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jason. Thanks for being on the podcast. And that's a wrap. So if you are...